2 months ago, Steeler Nation, I said this.
Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. What was it? CBS headline that Russell Wilson is favorite to be picked up by the Steelers. So these rumors around, yet again, another player that gets cut or a free agent is Russell Wilson trade here, there, and everywhere. Don't see it happening. Now, if I were to give it a rating or a chance out of 100, I'd say 1%. 1% chance, one go. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, then next year it's on the Wilson train and see what happens, but I highly doubt it.
Well, Steeler Nation, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. You had it there from the man first in his car, talking Steelers, bloke in his room, bloke in his car. I was wrong 2 months ago. I was wrong. But I reckon 98%, maybe 90% of people from Steeler Nation, Steeler fans, all out there, were wrong about the idea of Russell Wilson coming to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that's facts. Because you can't tell me that Steelers, the organization, they make these moves. Just don't see it. I never see it. I never see these big moves like that. At the same time, though, the Steelers made this move on Russell Wilson on a veteran contract because Denver is paying $38 million this year. The Steelers are paying 1.2 at a veteran minimum contract for a guy that has won a Super Bowl, 9 times Pro Bowl, countless yards, countless TDs, veteran experience. It's Russell Wilson. Let's not even talk about quarterback competition just yet in this part. It's Russell Wilson. Like, I can't believe that he's going to be wearing the black and gold. Now, I will give a shout out to one bloke who told me this 2 months ago. I did my thumbnail. No way. Not going to happen. Rumor is Steelers, Russell Wilson to land in Pittsburgh. No way, mate. Not going to happen. But a lot of things have changed in 2 months. And the situation with Denver, that was really confusing. But basically, Denver hit the cap hard. Dead cap hit. Wilson's got to find a team. He's now found the Steelers for a 1-year contract to, I guess, in his eyes, to try and get back to the playoffs and have a chance to win a Super Bowl with a team that's missing a quarterback. And what are the Steelers? We are. I like Kenny Pickett, and I do wish him well, but this Russell Wilson signing definitely pushes Kenny Pickett to quarterback number 2. They will give the illusion, Steelers coaches will give the illusion and the fan base, they're trying to have a quarterback competition. There's no controversy. Like, they started Trubisky a few years ago over Kenny Pickett, over Rudolph. They're 9 times out of 10 going to start Russell Wilson at quarterback number 1. It's just going to happen. Like, we can already see the writing on the wall for that. I talked about that the other day. Anyways, here's another shout out I want to give one of the viewers here from Steelers Nation Australia. Thomas Coy, 4710. Hi, mate. I said earlier in the previous comments, don't be surprised if he comes to the Steelers, that is Wilson, is still a good QB. When certain news streams put it out there, there might be some truth. I would take him in a heartbeat. Mark, he will be a Steeler. Take care, bro. Now, Thomas, you wrote that comment a few times. So, Thomas, if you're listening, shout out to you because you are 100% correct. Actually, you're 1,000% correct. I just didn't think the Pittsburgh Steelers would go and sign Russell Wilson because it never really happens. Also, shout out to my mate, Gridiron Blitz, Derek from Detroit Lions Syndicate, who also said that Russell Wilson would sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers because it was like a match made in heaven. Kenny Pickett is a struggling quarterback, second year, going into his third year. I said, no way. Other fans out there, it makes sense. Kenny Pickett struggling, and you bring in Wilson to maybe mentor Kenny, but when he wins a job, then have a chance for the playoffs. Like people were saying it. I just didn't believe it. But here's the original tweet from Adam Schefter. It says 9 times Pro Bowl quarterback and former Super Bowl champion Russell Wilson plans to sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers per league sources. Wilson signed a team-friendly 1-year deal, which the Broncos will end up paying $38 million of his cap. while wearing the black and yellow. Well, first of all, Adam Schefter, it's black and gold. But yes, it is happening. And this is something we're probably going to talk about, I think, until September. Through the draft, who are the Steelers now going to get receivers to pair with him? Do they go to the draft? Do veterans come to the Steelers now? I'm like, oh, okay, now I've got Russell Wilson to throw me the ball. Do they go and get some, better offensive line play that are vets as well? Is Omar Khan at the very start of 2024 just beginning to cook? The first signing is Russell Wilson, possibly a future Hall of Famer QB. Could be a possibility where that was their first one, and now pieces and things start to move. The running backs, in my opinion, are fine. Warren, Najee Harris, fantastic. Pickens, does DJ now stay? There was rumors where he could have been traded. Maybe you keep DJ, and Wilson to DJ could be another match made in heaven. Calvin Austin, Darnell Washington as well, Frymouth. This whole pickup by the Pittsburgh Steelers is something they rarely ever do, make these big splash plays. At the same time, it was so cheap, he almost had to do it. And he went there for an interview. They liked him 5 hours in, and now he's a Pittsburgh Steeler. It's crazy. Ian Rappaport says Russell Wilson will now serve as a competitor for Kenny Pickett in one of the most fascinating camp battles. He'll cost Pittsburgh $1.2 million and potentially being one of the best values in the NFL. Now, here's something I kind of alluded to before. I don't think there's going to be a quarterback competition in the Steelers, but there will be an illusion of one. I think the Steelers have already made their mind up this year. They want Russell Wilson to be QB number one. However, at the same time, they need to put on some sort of event or spectacle to make it seem like they're not giving up on Kenny. Omar Khan even said he has faith in Kenny Pickett, but you truly can't see Russell Wilson sitting behind Kenny Pickett and being QB2. As much of a fan I am of Kenny Pickett, I'm a huge Kenny Pickett fan. I still wish him well in this league. I know his stats haven't been the best, but there is still memories of 2 years, and his rookie year was kind of fun. I'm not giving up on him just yet. But at the same time, when Russell Wilson walks through the door and starts to wear number 3, I would say that number would be available in the Steelers locker room. You're getting behind Russell Wilson, and he's going to be quarterback number 1. You simply can't put, if you're the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Russell Wilson on the bench while you watch Kenny Pickett going to year 3. It can't happen. That's just the way I see things. There'll be the illusion of competition. Russell Wilson will win out, and we'll see hopefully an amazing year, some good quarterback play, and it just be a lot of fun in this offense with the run game and play action pass, all these kind of things. So I understand where Ian's coming from, but yes, there won't be a camp battle. They'll just make it seem like there is one. Now, lastly, because I got this news at the very last moment, and a lot of you guys in America were asleep. I think it was like 12 midnight, 1 a.m. USA time, and that would have been the perfect opportunity for me to actually break the news for one of the rare times in Pittsburgh Steelers history. I missed it all. I miss AB, getting traded or getting cut or whatever it was about the Steelers. I miss James Debo Harrison going to be a Patriot. I miss everything. I'm 15 hours in front and 9 hours behind. But I was at work, coaching pickleball at my 3 p.m. My phone goes wild and crazy. I come back to my phone, and we hear the news that Russell Wilson has, signed for a 1-year contract. Now, lastly, Mr. Wilson tweeted this, year 13, grateful, Steelers. And he also posted, and this is where it starts to be fun, and I'll be very honest. I didn't think it was going to happen, but the more you think about it, it gets you keen for the season. That number 3 back there, Mr. Unlimited. Let's ride. that guy will be wearing the black and gold uniform, and this offseason should be quite exciting. Got to the playoffs last year. Can we get there again? Omar Khan is just starting to cook. Released all his guys. Now he's got Wilson in the building, and see what he can put together in a draft and also in the next 48 hours to, free agent frenzy this next week. So Mr. Unlimited is going to be wearing black and gold. And he shared a post. And you know what? The post is pretty cool. It's not saying too much. He shares a video of Renegade going absolutely insane. And yes, we know he was a Seahawk. We know that he was a Denver Bronco. And now he's a Pittsburgh Steeler. Year 13, grateful at Steelers. And then he shares Renegade. So for me, going on the 2 months ago trip of like, there's no way that the Pittsburgh Steelers would sign him. It's a 1% chance. And then sitting here, March 11th, thinking, holy smokes, the Pittsburgh Steelers could be a playoff contender that can go further than one game. But I guess we all have to see and wait it out and just see what happens. At the same time, though, I'm pretty freaking excited. Russell Wilson, 1-year contract, fighting for QB1, will probably win the job. And then next minute, we're going into the free agent period, the draft, training camp. Season is coming around the corner, September. It's Russell Wilson wearing the black and gold uniform for 1 year. And hopefully big things happen. It's huge news. It's huge news. So yes, lastly, shout out to Thomas. He got it right. And this guy, we'll play it one more time. This guy got it wrong. I'll see you later.
Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson. Not going to happen, not going to happen, not going to happen. What was it? CBS headline that Russell Wilson is favorite to be picked up by the Steelers. So these rumors around, yet again, another player that gets cut or a free agent is Russell Wilson trade here, there, and everywhere. Don't see it happening. Now, if I were to give it a rating or a chance out of 100, I'd say 1%. 1% chance, one go. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, then next year it's on the Wilson train and see what happens.